Welcome bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 2, Episode 1 of The Vampire Diaries, The Return. So last time, there are basically three major points that I'm looking forward to continuing in this season. The main one is, of course, that Katherine has returned. She has killed Uncle John, and Elena has just come home to the scene of the crime. So I'm wondering if we're going to be getting our first interaction between the two. I think we won't. I feel like Katherine's going to be leaving ASAP, and Elena will just come home to the body, but we will see. The second one is that upstairs from where Elena has just come in, Jeremy is currently trying to kill himself using drugs after taking Anna's blood to become a vampire, which I really hope he does. I really want to see Jeremy become a vampire and how that impacts everyone, but the fact that he did it through drugs makes me iffy because I know that there is a potential that he could be taken to hospital and saved. So, I don't know. And not even that, he might just not die to them. He might not have taken enough or his body might resist it. I don't know, but him just not doing like a gunshot to the head, I don't think it's set in stone yet that he is going to become one. Now, the third one, which is eerily similar to the second one, is that Caroline is currently in hospital dealing with internal bleeding. And I am hoping, I know it's a long shot, I'm hoping that someone is going to turn her to save her. You know, like maybe Damon to save her life. Because I really want the dynamic of Bonnie's best friend becoming a vampire after everything she's been through. Like, that would be just such a cool storyline. And the idea that Caroline would get her memories back of what Damon did to her as well. Just, oh, that'd be such a cool plot to go down. But anyway, yeah, I'm so excited to begin season 2. I rated season 1 10 out of 10, and I've heard that season 2 is even better. So I'm fucking ready. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's begin season 2 of The Vampire Diaries.
I looked everywhere.
What do you think's wants to?
The thing is, Catherine's going to be able to hear that Elena's come home. Like, she can literally hear Elena because of her super hearing.
Hello, John.
Goodbye, John. I love that. Yep. Oh my god, she's there. Elena, turn around, please.
What's your emergency?
Elena, please turn around. Is she gonna run away? Oh, fuck's sake, I want them to interact. Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh, I want to see them interact.
Please, Jeremy, wake up.
Oh my god, was that him waking up as a vampire or was that him waking up?
He said that Anna gave him her blood, and then he took these pills, and now...
He's fine.
Oh.
With every passing moment, Anna's blood is leaving your system. If you tried to kill yourself right now, you could really die.
Yeah, I understand.
Thing is, he says he understands, but does that mean that...
Big enough to die, so Anna's blood actually healed him of that.
Okay. I was gonna say, the way that Jeremy responded to him saying you could actually die makes me think that Jeremy's still gonna try and kill himself.
I'll stay here with Jeremy.
Ah.
No, I don't need a babysitter.
Mate,
Yes, you
you
did.
just tried to kill yourself.
She's not good, Vaughn.
What happened?
Can Bonnie heal her?
And Tyler heard this noise, and he got
Nice.
this
Yep.
migraine or something. And
Oh my god, Bonnie knows.
I came as soon as I got the message. Is she okay?
She doesn't know Damon's a vampire.
How's Caroline? She's weak. They don't know if she's gonna make it.
Come on, Damon, do the right thing after what you did to her.
I can give Caroline some blood.
No, it's too risky. I can't agree to that. Do it. This is Caroline.
Yeah,
Hey, we can't let her die.
exactly. Like Elena, she will die.
If I do this, you and me, call it truce.
No, but you'll do it anyway.
For Elena.
For Elena.
Oh, Bonnie. I know that I said that I was scared, but I am loving Bonnie's energy.
No, but we should talk about what happened tonight.
You were there?
Come on, Elena, you know I was.
Damon, think.
Come on, we kissed, Elena.
Okay. I don't have time for this, Damon.
Hey, if you want to forget it happened, fine.
Damon, think. How long is it going to take for him to click?
I told you earlier. No, you didn't.
Yeah. Yes, guys, please. Guys. Damon? Damon? Hell yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
She's back. Oh my god, that's Katherine.
Hey.
Stefan. Oh no.
That's what I needed.
You little bitch. Yes. Well done. How did he know? She's a lot older than you, Stefan.
Stefan?
Yep.
Elena,
What happened?
Katherine. Oh, I'm so excited.
Woman certainly knows how to make an entrance.
she said she fooled one of us at least. What does that mean?
She pretended to be Elena too when I showed up earlier tonight.
I thought that with all the tomb vampires gone, things would get better.
And then she came back.
Catherine was in this house. That means that she's been invited in.
Oh,
What are you
yeah.
gonna do?
Oh my god, did Jenna invite her in earlier?
What happened tonight when you thought she was Elena? We kissed.
And you thought it was me? Stephen, wait, he kissed Catherine, not me.
Yeah, but he intended to, Elena, which is the problem.
Your mother, she was in touch with Catherine, so maybe we can go to the hospital. Get him to talk.
I've got a better idea. I'm just gonna ignore the bitch.
Oh.
Then what?
Stake her, rip her head off. Something poetic. We'll see.
Do you think you could really do that, Damon? I don't think he could.
How was Caroline?
See for yourself.
Is she sitting up? Is she happy?
Oh, careful.
Aww.
Still a little sore, but they say I'm healing really quick.
Really quick.
So the black sheep returns. Tyler? Yeah. In my mind, you're 12 years old. Well, that's 2 years older than the last time you saw me, Uncle Mason.
Okay, uncle. So he must be the same thing that Tyler is, whatever that may be.
John?
It's not.
Where is she? You tell us.
Well, evidently you know something, mate.
Please, tell us why she's here. What does she want?
We
Yep.
can't help you if you don't confide in us.
In you?
Oh, fuck off, John. Tell him the truth.
You see the world with such hatred. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna get you killed.
What?
You may be okay with dying, but I have a better plan for you. You now have my blood in your system. All I have to do is kill you. If about 24 hours before the blood leaves your system, that's enough time to disappear, or so help me God, I will turn you into a vampire.
I honestly do not know how to react to what just happened. Jesus Christ, Stefan. Oh my god. I mean, well done, but I think Stefan's going about this the wrong way. It shouldn't be a leave town and all that shit. It should be a, my blood's in your system, tell us what we want to know, or so help me God, I will fucking kill you. Because then I think he would answer. So I don't think making him leave town when he has information is the best idea, Stefan, but I like your method, okay? I appreciate it, and that's a very smart thing to do.
Hey, Elena.
Oh my god.
Thanks for coming. Come on in.
And you've welcomed her in. God, Catherine got the fucking motherload with the fact that Elena knows all these people.
How did you leave it in there with John?
I
Put my blood into his system and threatened to turn him into a vampire, you know?
You threatened him.
yeah, I threatened.
Good.
Well done for being honest with her. I mean, he wasn't 100% honest.
One wrong move and I'm gonna take you out.
Now you need to stop with the witches, bro. You're starting to believe your own press.
I'm sorry. You were saying?
Oh my god, buddy.
Damon drives me crazy. He's walking
my God.
around.
Bonnie.
Some kind of hero.
Bonnie.
What Damon's done is just awful.
So she knows Bonnie, so she knows these people. She's done research. She knows. She knows.
I gotta find Tyler and pay my respects. I'll be back. Okay.
Does Catherine know that she knows, though?
Elena, where are you? Bonnie, I know. I'm late. I'm getting in the car now.
Yeah, she's gonna be behind you, love. She's gonna be behind you. Oh no. Yeah.
We haven't officially met. I'm Catherine.
Oh no. Fuck her up, Bonnie.
You're the best friend, right? I've been putting all the pieces of Elena's life together. Isabel told me it was a bit of a puzzle.
Does she know she's a descendant of Emily?
The vampire-hating Bennett witch. Did I do good?
Is she immune? Is she faking it?
I've been around a long time, Bonnie. You're gonna have to do better than that.
Leave her alone.
Okay. After the way you treated me last night, I thought that a public place would be less violent.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Hey guys.
Hi, Matt. I
Elaine.
heard the counties are
Not
much better.
Catherine. Oh god, my brain. I can't say their names right.
You need to leave now.
Yep.
You're hurting my feelings, Stefan.
Good. She thought he was right under her spell.
You guys go ahead. I'll be right there. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jenna thinks that. Oh my god, Jenna thinks she cheated.
I kissed you, Thought you kissed me back.
Yeah.
Doppelganger hijinks ensued. How do you think I'm doing?
I think that you're hurt.
Yeah.
No, I don't get hurt, Elena.
Damon.
You get angry and cover it up, and then you do something stupid.
She read you like a book.
Why is it such a surprise that I would kiss you?
That's not a surprise.
The surprise that he
I'm
thinks.
surprised that you thought I'd
Yeah.
kiss you back.
No, I'm hurt.
Yeah, Elena, that's
Elena.
a very rude thing to say. Oh no.
Oh, hey, sorry. I was
Right.
just looking for the.
Has Elena told Jeremy then? I assume she's told Jeremy, because that means that the people who know about vampires all know about Katherine now, which is good. But you've also got, so you've got Jenna who doesn't know who can be manipulated. You've got Caroline that can be manipulated. Tyler, Matt. Is there anyone else in Elena's life that can be manipulated? I don't think so. Those are big characters. I don't think Katherine tricking those characters will have a huge impact on the story unless she fucks with Caroline. Because Caroline's the only main person right now in Elena's life. But, interesting.
I remember when my dad died, I had a house full of strangers telling me what a great guy he was.
Difference is, in your case, it was true. My dad was a dick.
I mean, what we saw of the mayor, he was a dick.
I found this in his desk. He won't mind, he's dead.
True.
Yeah, you know what? Sure. Why not?
Oh, uncle?
You got somewhere else to be?
Wonder if he liked his brother.
Don't flirt with me, Catherine. I'm not Damon. I haven't spent 145 years obsessed with you.
Spent 145 years hating you.
Based on your choice of women, I'd say otherwise.
Oh.
Though I'll admit, it does bother me that you're falling in love with someone else.
I was never in love with you, Catherine.
You forced him to.
You compelled me. None of my feelings were real.
Believe what you want, Stefan.
I think Stefan is fooling himself to say that none of his feelings were real. Though I think there was definitely something there, and she took advantage of that and compelled him to do a lot more. But for him to say that there were no feelings, I call bullshit.
Well, the truth is, you're the same lying, selfish, manipulative bitch that you've always been. So, whatever it is that brought you here, let's just get on with it and leave town.
Oh my god, Stefan.
I
Wow.
came back for you.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, the problem, Catherine, is that I hate you.
You hate me, huh? That's only the beginning of a love story, Stefan, not the end of one.
Oh my god. Ow.
I was trying to figure her out. I was playing along. I let her get to me.
It felt like he was playing along.
Better watch out. Looks like Catherine's trying to steal your guy.
Yeah. I don't believe that that's all that there is.
I'm gonna go check on Jenna and Jeremy.
Yeah.
You guys are done.
Yep. They need to hash out somehow.
I kissed Elena.
Because you feel something for her. And I'm not gonna let Catherine come in here and destroy that part of you.
Wow. Wow, Stefan.
She'll try to break you. She'll try to break us. And how we respond to that will define us. So no, I'm not gonna fight you.
That was an amazing talk. Wow. That was one fucking mature of Stefan to have gone down that route rather than getting angry and jealous. And two, Damon 100% needed to hear that because we've already seen him sort of pull back a bit from the emotional Damon that we had seen at the end of last season and start to go down the route of not wanting to feel anything anymore, which he's been doing this whole time. And it's been so nice to see him actually accept these emotions for once. So for him to hear that from Stefan, I think is going to be a huge boost and a huge push to actually keep going with this and keep going down this path of trying to allow himself to feel stuff, you know?
But you are a Gilbert, and you've been exposed to this town's darkest secret, and with that comes responsibility.
I don't believe in that family legacy stuff.
Sooner or later, you'll have to.
No, he doesn't. I'm surprised Jeremy was so cool there, considering he killed Anna. Yeah, I don't think Tyler's allowing himself to mourn. His dad may have been a dick, but he was still his dad. And I think Tyler's fooling himself if he thinks that he feels nothing towards his dad's death.
I hate him.
Oh, don't say anything, honey.
Let go of me! Get off! Tyler, hey!
Look at me. Calm down.
Is the anger part of what they are? Because the way the uncle tackled him there. Interesting. But like I said, I don't think he's allowed himself to mourn. Even if he did hate him, you still mourn the loss.
Very brave of you to come here.
Oh no.
I wanted to say goodbye.
Goodbye? Bullshit that you're leaving.
Come on. Kiss me. Or kill me.
my god.
My sweet, innocent Damon.
Ew. Get off of him. Damon, don't. Damon, don't. Damon, don't. Damon! Fuck's sake. I'm disappointed, but with what we know of Damon and all of that, I'm not surprised.
I have a question. Answer it, and it's back to fireworks and rockets' red glare.
Why did you leave?
I just need the truth, just once.
Stop. The truth is, I've never left you.
Oh.
It was always Stefan.
Wow. Okay, so from that, I'm going to take it that that was all part of Catherine's plan. She knew that Damon would ask. And I think her plan is, again, to break them up and to fuck with the brothers and not allow them to be united against her. And the way to do that is to make Damon feel like absolute shit to the point where he'll turn his emotions off, go on a fucking rampage or whatever, and it will just make them drift apart completely. Because to hear that not only Katherine, but also Elena both chose Stefan over him, it'll make him think that it's not worth it. What's the point of doing all this if no one's ever going to love me, you know? Oh, I feel so bad for him, that face that he made at the end. Oh, Damon. Such a bitch. Like, really? I love her, like, I love the character, but such a bitch. Oh, Elena, pick up on the fact that he's broken.
You've been drinking? And you're upset. That's not a good combination.
No,
Yeah.
upset is an emotion specific to those who care.
Damon.
Come on, Damon. It's a lie. You care.
You're surprised that I thought you would kiss me back. You can't imagine that I'd believe that you'd want to.
Damon.
That what we've been doing here means something.
It's not about... This is the thing. I think Elena is somewhat lying to herself. It's not that... I think that, honestly, if she was in that situation and she wasn't so in love with Stefan, she would 100%. But I think Elena knows within herself that she would never do that to Stefan. I think that's the key factor here. If her and Stefan were in a bad place, I think she would go to Damon. You know, I think that she would want Damon. But they're not. And I think that's the key thing here. That I think Damon's getting hurt over thinking that she has no feelings for him. But she does. But she's with Stefan, you know? But then, like he says, is Elaine just lying to herself?
There is something going on between the two of us, and you know it.
We all know it.
And then most of all, you're lying to yourself. I can prove it.
What's wrong with you?
Lie about this.
Stop it. You're better than this. Come on.
Damon.
I love Stefan. It's always gonna be Stefan.
Oh no, Elena. Oh no, Elena.
Nothing, Jeremy. It's okay. Just go back to bed.
He wants to be a vampire.
No, Damon, stop it.
You want to shut out the pain? It's the easiest thing in the world. All you have to do is flip the switch and snap.
Damon! No!
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My brain, like, turned off then. Like,
So how'd you get the chill gene?
It didn't.
practice, yeah.
I don't want to be like this anymore.
Don't think there's anything you can do.
She got under his skin. She
Yeah.
undid everything that was good about him.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about him. Not anymore.
This was Damon's plan. He wanted to drive Elena away.
He doesn't want to feel. He wants to be hated. It's just easier.
Yeah,
that way.
exactly.
He got his wish.
Oh, Damon. There we go.
Killed me. Damon killed me.
Yeah. Is someone gonna kill her? Is Katherine gonna kill her? Turn her into a vampire? Because she's still got the blood in her system.
Elena?
She is, isn't she? Is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it?
Doing
Please, please.
I was hoping you could give the Salvatore brothers a message for me. What message?
I'm gonna kill you, my darling.
Game on. What?
Oh my God, what a way to go. But she's gonna be a vampire. 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 Oh my God. Caroline's gonna be a vampire. Oh my God. Ah! Oh, my brain doesn't know how to process everything. Ah! Jesus, that was what a fucking incredible season opener. So yeah, first of all, what an incredible opener to a season. My God, wow. 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 I like, there's nothing more I can say. I'm gonna need a minute to process everything. So in true Vampire Diaries fashion, it was a fucking information-packed episode, so I'll be going scene by scene. So we started off with Elena coming home, finding John, and getting him to an ambulance. Now, I honestly thought John was dead. I did not think John was gonna be surviving that, but evidently here we are. And she also went upstairs to check on Jeremy, and he hadn't died. Anna's blood had just cured him, because I thought that that's what would happen. The second that I saw that he was using drugs as a way to kill himself, I thought, well, they're not going to make him die by that, because there's so many ways that will affect you without killing you. Like, sometimes it can do lasting damage, sometimes it can just leave your system. And as we saw, Anna's blood just healed him because it wasn't going to kill him, it was just going to do some harm. So I wasn't expecting him to be a vampire. I was hoping, but I didn't think that would actually happen. Now, we then had Bonnie come along, and it didn't click in my head till later on. I don't know why it didn't. That she blamed herself for what happened to Caroline, because Bonnie allowing the device to go off is what made Tyler go off the road. Now, he isn't a vampire, and Bonnie, I think, knows that, but it still is her fault that it happened, essentially, you know? So I can understand why she would be so rash as to say use the blood, because she'd be feeling guilty, and it's the one thing that is going to heal Caroline, and it's Caroline. They need to get Caroline back to full health. Like, they can't risk Caroline dying. Now, Jenna as well. I forgot. Jenna thinks that Elena cheated on Stefan with Damon. And I don't think Elena knows this. I don't think that Elena knows that Jenna thinks this, because Jenna opened the door to Katherine and Damon kissing. So I wonder if that's going to come up later on and Jenna's going to be like angry at Elena or something, because that's not a very good thing to do. So then we had the interaction between Stefan and Katherine, where Katherine attempted to fake to Stefan that she was Elena. Now, I don't understand what about Katherine Damon sensed. Could he have just like not heard Elena's heart beating or something? Could it be something like a simple vampire detection thing that he used? But I don't know, do vampires' hearts beat? Because they're dead, so I would think not. But surely that would be an easy way to find a vampire, is you listen for heartbeats, and if you can look at someone and you can't hear one, you know they're a vampire. And they've never mentioned it before, I don't think. So maybe their hearts do beat. But then what about her gave him the vibe? Maybe he simply just knows Elena so well, and knows Katherine so well, that he can detect when one is not the other. So we were then introduced to Tyler's uncle, and he called the condition that they have a curse. And it seems to be anger-based. It seems to give them a kind of rage, which I don't know whether it's just anger or if it's emotions in general. Maybe they just have a heightened sense of emotion and they can't control their emotions, or if it's just that they are very angry by nature. Because like Tyler said, the uncle was very chill, but he was chill because he's obviously had many years to practice and he knows ways to keep himself calm. Because I thought that it was anger related, because when Tyler was having that outburst, the uncle like tackled him and was like trying to shake him out of it as if he like knew what this was, as if it was a thing that commonly happens. So I do like that they introduced that, and I want to know what he is. Because if he's, for instance, a werewolf, he would have another form, you would think, which we have never seen in the show. And I think we would have by now. So maybe the only characteristic can't just be anger. They can't just say Tyler is just angry all the time, because then what good is that to a supernatural TV show, you know? Like, oh, he's just angry. Like, it doesn't do much, so I hope there is a lot more to it. We then moved on to the scene with John in bed, where he revealed that he's never actually had contact with Katherine, which I didn't think he had. I would have thought Catherine's one of those people who uses people around her to contact others. She doesn't seem like the type that would go out of her way to talk to people directly. One, simply because she doesn't have the time. She doesn't care that much. Two, because I think she is very old and very wise, that she knows not to put herself in harm's way like that. Like, you're not going to go and see John, a vampire killer, just in case he tries to kill you, you know? So I think it's very smart of her to use people around her to do things. And we then had Stefan threaten him by putting his blood into his system to, one, heal him, and that will thereby give him the chance to then leave town, which is what Stefan wanted. Because I feel like John has more information, because why is Katherine killing John? He must have something that she doesn't want anyone else to find out about. And they never got it out of him, and Stefan still said just leave town, so I don't know why. Maybe because he thought that they're never going to get it out of John, which is understandable, so maybe him leaving town is the best option, to be honest. We then had Katherine be easily allowed into the Lockwood household, which this is a common thing that I think is going to happen. Because Elena is such an established character in this town, Katherine has such an easy way into so many places, because they will just think that she's Elena and invite her in. That is just what will happen. So we then moved on to the scene with Bonnie and Damon, where Bonnie showed off that she still has this ability to give Damon this pain. I think it acts the same way as the device, because the device was magicked by Emily to emit that sound that fucked with vampires. So I think that is what Bonnie can do, but it's a more localized version. She can do it to one vampire at a time. And also, we then in the next scene had our first interaction between Bonnie and Katherine, where Katherine revealed that through Isabel, and I assume her own means as well, she's been collecting information about Elena's life and putting the puzzle pieces together, as she said, to figure out what is Elena's life? What is going on in Elena's life? How does she go about her world? And I think that she's doing all this because, one, she wants to get to know Elena simply because she's a descendant of hers. And two, I think she wants to use Elena's life to her own advantage. I think there will be a point in time where Katherine will learn so much about Elena that she'll be able to mimic her and allow her to do certain things that she wouldn't be able to unless she was Elena, you know? I don't think she can trick Damon and Stefan now, because I don't think there's anything that she can do to make Stefan believe that she is Elena, because there's just so many factors, and Stefan knows Elena better than anyone else, and I don't think Katherine is ever going to be able to mimic her that well, you know? I do also love that they brought back the idea that through touch, Bonnie can tell when someone's a vampire, because there's just something about them, some dark vibe. So I like that they do keep that in the show, because that could become very useful later on. Then obviously from that scene, we had Stefan come in the room, save Bonnie, and go on a walk with Katherine, which you could tell the whole time that Stefan was doing this for a reason. Stefan was being calm, cool. He was just trying to get information out of her, and I think she could tell that as well. And that's why she never really broke. She just was playing her little game, going about with Stefan, just like it used to be back then. And she even did the thing where she put her hand out and just expected Stefan to come to her. So I think when he walked past her, that was a huge blow to her, because she still thought that she had this huge power over both of them. And she doesn't. She simply doesn't. Damon maybe, but we'll get to that in a bit. Then we had the very heart-wrenching scene between Damon and Elena, where Elena said that the thing that she couldn't believe was that Damon would think that she would kiss him. And you could just see how much that hurt Damon. Because Damon has this whole thing to him, as we saw later on, which I'll get to, where he thinks that people do not love him. And I think that he doesn't think he deserves to be loved. So when Elena said that, and she said, "I can't believe that you think that I would kiss you," that must have been such a blow, because that just proves to himself that no one's ever going to love him, that he is this monster that he pretends to be. And so he should just do that. Like, fuck it. What's the point of feeling if you can't feel the good things? If you're only getting the negative emotions and you're never getting anything good in return, what's the point? So you can understand why he would want to turn it off. I just really hope he continues down the path that he has been on. I hope this hasn't broken him, but as we'll get to, it's not looking good. So we then had the scene with Stefan, Damon, and Elena, where Elena knew that she should leave the room to allow the boys to hash it out however they see fit. And I think it was very mature, and I was actually shocked at how Stefan handled that. Stefan was very smart in that he knew, through Elena did help him realize, that Damon was once again being manipulated by Katherine to drive the two brothers apart, because at the moment, they have a very united front. Because together, they are a very strong team. We've seen this before. So she's planning to do anything in this town. Breaking them up is the first thing that she has to do, because she'll get found out, she will get into a lot more hassle than if they were just separated. We then had a scene which I'm a bit confused / scared and concerned about. It was between John and Jeremy, where John said, one day you are going to have to accept that you are a Gilbert, and that comes with responsibilities. And obviously what he was saying was that Gilberts hate vampires, and they must be exterminated, and Jeremy will have to take up the family mantle one day. But I don't believe that he will, but after what Damon did to him, I don't know anymore. And the way that they did that scene, it didn't end on Jeremy saying no, it just ended on what John said and Jeremy's face, which gives the vibe that Jeremy might fall into the trap of following the family legacy and hating vampires. And I don't know. I don't want that for Jeremy. What I want for Jeremy is to become a vampire. So the idea that Jeremy's going to become a vampire hater, I do not want. And that's going to be a huge blow to him and Elena if he does start to really resent vampires. But why? But Vicky and Anna were both vampires. Maybe not so much Vicky, because Vicky was forced turned and Jeremy knew her before. But Anna was a vampire the whole time he knew her. So would he go that way? He's very depressed and very out of it right now, so I don't know. We then had it was one of the saddest things I think we've ever seen for Damon to have to go through, which was him and Katherine had an interaction where, for the most part, Damon stood strong and said no, but eventually just gave in to his desires and gave in to what he wanted, which was Katherine. No matter how much he tells himself, he still loves her, and you can't just immediately unlove someone. And I think that's going to play a huge role into Damon wanting to shut his emotions out, because it allowed him to be so easily manipulated. And when Katherine said that she never loved Damon, that it was always Stefan, that's fucking awful. But I think she planned that. I don't know if she did love Damon, but I don't know if she loved Stefan. I don't know if she's capable of love, or if it's all a game and it's all just desire. I don't know if she is actually capable of loving someone from what we've seen of her. So I think that was definitely calculated. And I think when she said, "I know your question, I know your answer," I think it's because she knew that he would ask. Of course he would ask. She's been away all this time. What has she been doing? Why did she not go back to him? Did she not love him? Of course he's going to ask. So I think that was definitely her plan, to do that to him and send him off the rails, because however much Damon says that his emotions don't affect him and he doesn't feel them, he's very easily manipulated emotionally. If someone gets to his emotions, they can manipulate him to do many things, and the easiest thing to do is to get him sad/angry and send him off the rails, because we've seen it happen before, and we saw how easily she was able to do it then. So I think it was just another part of her game to get them to break up with each other, which evidently it worked, because then we moved on to the scene where he was in Elena's bedroom, drunk, and very upset, and unable to deal with the fact that not only Katherine, but Elena as well, do not love him. They want to be with Stefan. Both of them, both women that he's ever had feelings for, so much as we know, have chosen Stefan over him. And I don't think he can physically accept that. And I don't think that would be such a blow to anyone. To have the two people that you love in the world love the same person more than you. That would be such a fucking blow. And I'm not surprised that it fucked over with him in the head. However, Elena was trying her hardest to tell him, no, look, I do care about you. I love you, but not the same way I love Stefan. Because she's actually in love with Stefan. And I think Elena has a lot more to her than just desire. She's not Katherine. She is actually able to feel these things and allows herself to love people. So she's in love with Stefan. She's loyal to Stefan. And I think Damon was just trying his hardest to convince not only her, but himself that she does love him. She's just fooling herself. But she didn't. She didn't give in to what Damon was trying to do. And I think that is what truly sent him off the edge. And so when Jeremy walked in, I do think that he saw the ring. Because Damon, even in that state, is smart enough to know that the blood would have had enough time to circulate out of Jeremy's system, and he wouldn't have become a vampire if he killed him. I don't think he would. I feel like, because what was it? Say it was the night before, so it had been 24 hours. So the chances of him dying or becoming a vampire would have been very big. It would be like 90% chance of death, 10% chance of being a vampire. So I think he definitely saw the ring, and his plan was to just, like Elena said, it's so much easier for people to hate you. It's so much easier to just have everyone hate you, because then you're on your own and you don't have to worry about anything. Because a lot of worry in life comes from worrying about other people. So if you make everyone hate you and you make everyone not care about you, then you're sorted, you know? Now, the problem is, Elena says that she hates Stefan, and while a part of her does, I know she still cares about him, but that is just to kill her brother, even when you thought he would come back, to make Jeremy go through that, and to make Elena go through that, to drive people away that way is fucking awful, and I don't blame Elena for feeling that way towards him, because that's what he wanted, and he knew that that would happen. But I hope that Stefan doesn't allow this to happen to Damon. I hope that Stefan tries his hardest to get to Damon and get Damon to feel and to accept these emotions and not allow him to shut himself off again. I feel for Damon, but he did this because he knew people would hate him, and it worked because it's a very bad thing to do. So I don't know what to say. So we then moved on to probably the scene that I am so fucking excited for and did not think would happen. Katherine went in and killed Caroline, who will now become a vampire. Now, you can look at this two ways. The first way is Katherine didn't know that the blood was in her system. And if you look at it that way, I think her goal was to tell the brothers, like she said, sending a message, that you fuck with me, you fuck with my plans, and I'll just kill all the humans around you. Like, I'll just kill them. Like, don't fuck with me, because you know what I'm capable of. The other way you can look at it is that she did know, and this was a sign to the brothers that, look, you mess with me, and I will do this. And considering Elena is human, I think it was a message more so to Stefan that you fuck with me, I will turn her into a vampire. And we all know how Stefan feels about that idea. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see where that goes. I'm just so excited that Caroline's now going to be a vampire because, there's just so many things. You look at her relationship with Bonnie. Bonnie is so anti-vampire that to have her best friend turn into a vampire, this is going to be so interesting. And then also, Bonnie was one of the main instigators of getting her to take the blood to heal her. So Bonnie's going to be blaming herself so fucking hard for that. And also, Caroline's going to get her memories back of what Damon did to her, and she's now going to be a vampire. And also, she's going to have to feed on someone to fully transform. Is she going to feed on a doctor, a nurse at the hospital? What's going to happen? Is she going to realize what's happening? Are people going to find her? Is it going to be Matt? Oh my god. Oh, this is so exciting. What kind of vampire will she be? Because we saw how it affected Vicky. But Caroline's such a sweetheart. And her mum being on the council. Oh my god. Guys, I don't know how to process everything that just happened. That is incredible. I'm so excited. So yeah, I think that covers everything. So with that said, on to question time. So first up, we have, how do you think Bonnie is coping right now? I don't think she's coping very well. Since she returned from her grandmother's death, she is being very detached, very depressed. We've seen her show concern for her friends, but she still has just been, she's been a lot darker than she was before. And to now have her be responsible for Caroline's crash, thereby responsible for her becoming a vampire because she then also said about taking the blood. We have her be responsible for Tyler's dad dying because it was her fault because the signal went off and he wasn't a vampire. And she also deeply betrayed Elena with the device in the first place. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think Caroline becoming a vampire is going to send Bonnie over the edge and she's just going to have a breakdown because how do you deal with that idea? The very thing that she hates, she was the main instigator in allowing her to become it, you know? So, I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know how she's going to feel about all this. So next up, we have, how do you feel about how Damon reacted hearing he's the second choice twice in one day? I spoke about this before, but in more detail, basically, I think Damon not only hearing that he's the second choice twice in one day, hearing he's the second choice to the same person from the only two people he has ever loved. That must be the biggest blow anyone can ever deal with. Because even then, it's not just that, it's his brother. Damon isn't close to a lot of people in his life. You could argue the only people Damon is close to in his life is Elena and Stefan. He's in love with Elena, and Elena chose Stefan, his brother. So I think that's just, it's so complicated, and it's such a deep-seated issue that Damon has with his brother, that his brother's better than him, that his brother is the good one. So if his brother's so good, if his brother's the better version of him, then what's the point of even trying? which I think is another factor as to why Damon went over the edge. I don't see Damon coming back from this easily. It's going to take a lot of effort from him, and I think he's going to have to talk to Stefan or Elena about his feelings, because he doesn't talk about his feelings enough. So next up, what are your thoughts on present-day Katherine as a character? I love her. I love the vibe she gives off. She's very nonchalant, but also very evil and very conniving, very smart, but also scary. And I love the idea of Katherine, because not only that, she can so easily manipulate people. She's been alive for so long that she knows how to get under people's skin. She knows how to fuck with people's heads. And I think that's going to be a very key thing in her story and a very interesting part of her character. And not only that, but because she looks like Elena, she has such an ease with fucking with people's emotions. She can mimic Elena so easily. So easily. The only person she didn't fool was Stefan, but I think that's a very specific reason, because he's so in love with Elena and he knows Elena so well. I think for everyone else, like we saw at the party, she so easily manipulated Matt into thinking that it was Elena, and she spoke like Elena, and she behaved like Elena, and she spoke as though she knew what was happening. And I think that is just such a cool thing to have, because as an audience member, if she can so easily mimic Elena, I think there's going to be times where we genuinely won't know if it's Elena or Katherine. Like, we genuinely won't know, because we only knew that it was Katherine before because the vibe was different. But seeing how she behaved towards Matt, that was Elena. So, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I think they are going to do at some point have a scene where we genuinely don't know who she is. Right, next up, your thoughts on Katherine's return, and is she telling the truth about her purpose? I call 100% bullshit. I think that in some way she may want Stefan, in some way she may want Stefan back and to be with him because she loves him, but I think that she's got a bigger game to play. I think that she is just bullshitting everyone and trying to convince them of something else to lead them away from looking into her, but I don't believe it. I don't believe that she would spend 145 years away from him and then suddenly return. Maybe Elena was a catalyst as to why she'll return, because it's someone that he's actually fallen in love with. But I don't... Why, after all this time, would she then come back for him? Why? Surely she would just go after him the second that he was turned. They could just run away and act like they were in the tomb. Like, I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. So I just call absolute bullshit, and I don't believe that, but I have no idea what her actual purpose is. I can't even guess. I don't think we have enough information to even make an assumption yet. So next, why do you think Katherine chooses to break Damon's heart, and your thoughts on Damon in this moment? Now, I spoke about this a lot in the episode. Damon is broken by this. Damon, he just sees people hating him as the easy way out, which it is. So if people hate him, they'll leave him alone and he can just wallow in his own depression and just do whatever the fuck he wants and not care. It's very bad. It's not good for him, but it's the choice that he's chosen. So we're just going to have to see where he goes with that. But I think that Katherine chose to break his heart there because she wants the brothers apart. She does not want them together, because when they're in a united front, they're a strong duo. They're a strong duo. They can do a lot of things together. So breaking them up is sort of the first way to enact any plans that she wants. Because if she wants to do anything in this town, she needs to get their united front away from her, because it's going to make it hard to do anything. So next up, why do you think Katherine is back now after all these years? I don't know. I don't know what her game is. So the tomb vampires are all out and dead. She wanted them dead. Could it be that? But then why when they're all stuck in a tomb, would you return after they're already dead? Because surely them being stuck in a tomb is enough. It's done. Like, they're not going to hurt you. They're not going to hunt you down or anything. So why is she so concerned? The only thing that I can think of is if she was telling the truth and she only came back to get Stefan, which I don't think she did. Stefan has now fallen in love with Elena. It's the only person in his life other than Katherine, in her eyes, that he's fallen in love with. So could it simply be that that's why she's back? But how would they do a whole season off of the idea that Katherine is just back to get Stefan? I don't believe it. There is a game plan here. There is something going on that has made her have to return, but I don't know why. What game is she trying to play? I think we need more information to figure that out, because all we have right now is that she's returned and the bullshit statement that she's back to get Stefan, which, no. So lastly, how do you think Damon and Elena's relationship is going to develop after this episode? Oh, that is a tough one. I'm not sure, because I'm sure Elena is feeling a lot of hatred towards him over what he did to Jeremy, because seeing her sat there with Jeremy in her arms as he's dead. She knows he's coming back, but she doesn't know that he knew that the ring was there. She doesn't know for sure. She doesn't know what his plan was. His plan was simply to hurt her, and that's all. She does essentially know, because if you look at, like, the end of the day, his plan was to make Elena hate him. And like she said, she knows that, and she says that she does. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that she does hate him. I think she's telling herself that she does, because she's so angry with him in that moment. But if she truly looks deep down, I think she genuinely just feels so bad for him. And I think she does love him in some way. I think if Stefan was not around and they had never formed a relationship, Damon and Elena would be together and Elena would be in love. That is what I think. But I don't think Elena's the kind of person to break up with Stefan for Damon. I think that she's happy with Stefan. She's in love with him. She's good. She's not going to risk that to have a thing with Damon. I think that if Stefan and Elena break up in the future, Damon and Elena could happen. I genuinely do think that. But at this point in time, I don't see it. I don't see Elena going for Damon. So I hope that she can be there for him as a friend. I understand if she isn't. I understand if she doesn't want to after what he did. But knowing that he did that for that purpose, I think will hopefully drive Elena to actually try and get through to him and not let him drive himself away. But we'll just have to see where it goes and what happens, because Damon is a very bad place right now. But yes, anyway, another amazing episode, a great season opener, and I'm so excited to see what Katherine's doing here. I'm so excited to see Caroline become a vampire. And yeah, just see where the story goes. So yes, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon where you'll be able to find the early and uncut reactions to The Vampire Diaries and all the other shows that I do. If you enjoyed our reaction, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.